There we are. Happy Wednesday. That's how I say it when I spell it.
Hump day.
Hump day, Wednesday. Is that how you guys say it?
Wetness day?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wetness day.
No,
Wetness day?
not wetness day, boys. This is not. I understand it's a rainy South Florida, but
Indeed, sir.
Wednesday.
Yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, so
That's just how I feel right now. So welcome to the show live, youtube.com/stuck in the middle. Those you listen to the podcast version, always recommend coming over to the video version, because that's where you see so much more than just our beautiful voices. You get to hear our beautiful faces. What did I just do there? I don't know. You be the judge. Welcome to the program.
Today was an exceptionally rough day, Josh.
Yeah, you seem over it. I got the vibe you were over it when you came in here today.
Well, that aside, like, there's this one fucking customer that somebody had to bring her to me. Like,
It's not one cool customer.
This was not a cool customer whatsoever. This was like a Karen to the max. She didn't look like a Karen, but
Like a level 27 Karen.
she was talking to some other employee, coworker,
Right.
who was like, "Hey, that guy would know better than me." And she comes over to me, and she's like, "You work here?" I'm like, "Well, not in this department,
No,
but
I'm just wearing the shirt of the store, but
I should have gone full smartass." But she's like, "Why isn't everybody wearing a mask?" I'm like, "Well, miss, this is Florida, and we're at that point. I don't know if you've been watching or following along with everybody.
What did she say when you said this is Florida?
It's not a mandate anymore."
She like,
she busted out an ID. It said mask police.
Well, it apparently me saying it's really the governor. You'd have to talk to the governor if you're really outraged about this. She goes, "You're so right. That fucking governor. It's his fault." Acting like, and I was just like, "Yep, that governor. I'm gonna go that way now." And she's like, "Thank you." I was like, "I don't know what I did, but okay."
yeah, I could tell you're more on edge, because when you're more on edge, you're less forgiving in conversation on the mic. You're more like there's no bounce back and forth. There's just more like, why did you just say that? Why did you just? There's no like, hey, it's me, it's Eli. Oh, that was funny. It's just like I can tell when I guess we all can tell when we've all had a bad day at work and stuff like that. But
Yeah, I'm definitely a little burnt out. Wednesdays are the busiest, and fuck, I gotta fix this mic thing because I hear myself light. So you guys
which one
talk
are you?
about your day.
I got you, bro. Which one are you, man?
This one right here.
This one, ready?
That
Watch
little
this. Josh
schmeckle.
said, "Let there be volume."
Oh my god. Okay, I'm alive. That was good. That was satisfying. Was that as good for you as it was for me?
It is wetness day.
God damn it! It's Wednesday.
No, man.
It's funny you were talking about Karens, because that's kind of what we were talking about before we went on, and might as well hop off on that jumping point with a Karen, just a recent Karen that it's got the whole town talking.
Well, you see, because I got some feels about this already,
Yeah.
and only you, as only you do,
Prevent
offered
forest
me a different side of events where I was like, okay, good point. And then this led to somewhere where now I'm in a gray area. Did it go too far? Because I was like, that's a cunt,
Yeah.
And I'm glad whatever happened after, that's bad, fan-fucking-tastic.
Anytime you're dealing with the Karen who's over level 20, you really have to watch out, because once they level up, there's they get scarier.
And I'm pretty sure everyone who saw that video, like, no one sat there for 1 second and was like, maybe she's not a cunt.
Yeah,
No, everyone was like, oh, she's coughing on people. Cunt. Coughing, cunt. They both start with C. I mean, this is a very easy transition to get into one or the other. So I get why people would call her a cunt.
Dude, I wanted to punch her in the fucking mouth when I saw the video.
Some people just say cunt too much.
And I've yet to hit a woman.
I don't
What?
know.
We don't.
I don't know who you're talking about there, Cranston.
We have a
but
cunt counter
Like,
on this show.
This one time, somebody told me to stop calling her cunt, and I said I cunt.
I can't hear you.
He's starting to get the punny.
Listen, some people have accused me, women mainly, of saying the word cunt too much.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, one called in and brought that up. And in the middle of bringing that up, they kind of sound kind of cunty. So not going to lie, it's hard not to use it when there are actions of cuntness. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
She
saying.
hates that word.
Who does?
I don't know. So,
This Nebraska lady? Let's get to the video.
yeah.
Get to the video, playa. So let's play the video, and then I guess we'll get into our. A lot of people probably are like, "Well, what do you mean? This is pretty cut and dry. This lady's a bitch." You're not wrong.
I mean, I hate her fucking face.
I hate her. I hate everything about her.
I do indeed.
Make sure we got volume here because Josh is known as not using volume.
See, I'm more responsive now because I can hear myself much better. Much better. All right.
You are self-serving.
I am. I love self-serving.
All right, here we go. This is the lady from Nebraska caught coughing on people.
That's a, excuse me?
Excuse me. I'm coming through.
So,
Bitch.
I get douche chills.
He's coughing at me.
Look at that fucking
He's
face.
coughing at me.
I just see her tits poking through. I'm sorry. Can you say that?
Yeah.
I'm just being derogatory to the cunt. That's all.
Not even a gilf.
Because I don't need to have
No.
one on. I'm not sick, and neither are you.
Okay, but you don't have to be coughing at me.
You don't know who's sick or not.
It's my allergy.
You
I
don't
have
know who's
allergies.
sick or not by
Stupid bitch.
looking
Oh,
Come
at
you,
on.
yeah. And so 2 years ago, before anybody started talking
So-
about COVID,
Here's one of my issues already. Okay. When you take, like, if I took my phone out and started filming you, you might be like, oh, well, now I'm going to talk. Now you want my attention. You want me to do something, so I'm going to give it to you. And I feel like there's a fine line between, like, recording it for documentation and then just, like, what's happening here.
I hate the fucking term so much, but it could be like a gaslighting move, you know?
Even inadvertently, just the idea of giving her that extra attention now, she's going to turn it up to 11. Right or wrong, now you catch her turn up to 11, cool, that's on her, but the idea that you contributed to it getting to 11, sometimes you just walk away from people like that.
And I'd say it's safe to speculate that most of these kinds of things in videos don't start at the beginning. Something has already happened, and we're in the middle of it.
And so sometime coming up is when they go and get Eli to handle the dispute, right?
Normally, I always do at my job.
Yeah, they always get Eli to break up disputes at kabooms.
Between
So,
cunts.
Yeah.
you were okay with that, though, going out not knowing you were sick, right?
You don't know anything
Right?
about my health.
I don't.
Yeah, she's
Like,
coughing
one,
on me.
they're sitting there way too long with each other. For two people not to like each other, boy, they sure are having a conversation.
That is occurring.
Excuse me, the 5 things you just said, let me sit here and go over them with you and do the proper thing and tell you why you are wrong. But you, God, you're cunty.
Yeah, I mean,
That takes like I'm grocery shopping. I don't got time to be lecturing people, let alone coughing on people.
I'm curious if this location, is there still a mandate in place regarding the mask?
No.
No. Okay. Now there's more wiggle room for the people that.
The people filming have the mask on, which is why she's like, allegedly, Karen here was following them around. I'm not sure how much, like, who knows? There could have been like this, like, small incident that happened when they passed by each other one time, and they just were like, I don't know, like, you get magnetized to something. Like, so even if you're trying to stay away, you always find each other back on the same aisle sometimes. Like, you always end up finding each other. And, like, maybe there was just one of those weird things that happened that, you know.
All within the realm of possibility.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. The Matrix. Let's keep
I
going.
want to gun to punch her.
Gun to punch.
I have my allergies, and she got all freaked out because I'm coughing.
No, she's coughing.
How do you know? You don't know, and she just said, I don't know anything about her health. You don't know anything about my health. Maybe I have a medical.
Okay, everybody.
She's drunk.
I don't need to
I feel
wear
like
a
Karen's drunk.
Okay, bye.
Why don't you have a mask on?
Is she following her now?
It
No,
feels like it.
It's another angle? Is it different people?
No, it's a continue. Oh, my perspective. Yes, different angle.
Oh, yeah, and so.
I don't know what her perspective has to do with anything. The other perspective was better, actually.
Everybody's getting involved.
So, needless to say, I don't want to tweet my reply. No, thank you. This Karen, she was found out.
That does not look like a coughing.
Yeah, that's a
looked like,
blowjob thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, why would you be even mad at her at that one? I'd be like, let's see what you got. You know,
Yeah,
let's see
yeah.
what we're doing here. But she was fired.
Fired from. They weren't at her job.
They
so-
weren't at her job. They weren't at their job. They both were customers in some store, and it was filmed, and you can call it harassing on Karen's part, but we still don't know the full story. But Karen was removed from her place where she makes money. Her
livelihood
was taken away for
being
a moment of weakness, for a moment of cuntiness. And is that fair? How do you feel about social justice warriors coming out? Because I guarantee you, it wasn't these ladies who went after Karen. I guarantee it was more of like the internet, like, we're gonna fucking find, we're gonna do our due diligence and discover this. But it's just like, why? Like, you weren't there. You don't know the full story. These people revealing information, yet they want to insert them. I feel like it's more for them.
My entire thought process about things like this totally evolved after that incident in Central Park with the bird watching black man and the woman that was an absolute bitch and tried to lure his dog away or something. And
this is when it started, right? You talking about when the Karens first started?
Well, this specific case is when it changed my mind about like how far it goes.
Who's the one who was like fake crying?
Before that, well, so I'm gonna give the point away here. Like before that, I was all for this. Like, yeah, cancel those bitches because in this moment they're the worst version of themselves. But this specific case, the cancel culture enacted, and it was a fire you couldn't stop. But the man who was offended, the man himself, was this went too far. She apologized, and that was fine with me. I didn't want her removed from her livelihood. And if he could be the bigger man, and he was, that chick was being a total bitch to him, racially motivated and all that. And he was more forgiving than the crowd.
Let me play devil's advocate. So there was that one time that it didn't work out. So who cares? Yeah, of course you're going to have these instances where somebody, the innocent person,
the person that was offended was the bigger person in this instance.
And didn't want it, so that you could argue the lady didn't deserve it, but it still happened.
It did
so,
indeed,
like the person pressing the crime said not guilty, but the jury and the fucking executioner still went after her.
Yeah.
So people would be like, whatever. That's like, that happens when you have people like that out there. They'll make an excuse. She got what she deserved, even though the guy didn't want it to happen.
And I mean, that's what I would have thought normally about a video like this. Like, she got removed from her job. Great. Look at that bitch coughing on people in the COVID days. But,
COVID days.
I saw an example where,
that's a good song parody.
I've only watched like 3 episodes of COVID Days. I want to watch the rest of the season.
I'm ready.
Glory days.
I'm really ready for the show COVID to fucking end.
COVID day. It's not going to.
Yeah, no.
Because it's going to be something alike to like a reoccurring flu. It's going to evolve. Yeah. It's going to get weaker over time.
For sure.
And if this is how we've started treating it, hopefully you hope that as it progresses, people are like, okay, we get it now. Maybe in the beginning, our response was warranted, and maybe now, 2-3 years later, we need to adjust that response. You see how I answered that question? I didn't say positive, negative. I made sure I was.
You're getting more careful.
Boom. Yeah.
Another close friend of mine has fucking COVID, and I'm done with talking about this process. Like now. Thankfully, our friend with the big beard, I think he's out of
He is.
Thank Christ.
And his special lady friend is also out of the woodwork.
Okay, so my friend, who I will not name, she did the whole picture thing. She's in the hospital. There's an oxygen tank right next to her. And she's like, and now I have pneumonia in both lungs due to the COVID, and it's pretty bad. And I'm on day 6. I just got to the hospital. So here I go again. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, should I just goddamn get the but I'm done. I've discussed this so many times on this show, and I'm not trying to cater to the fucking audience.
How about this?
I don't know what to do for me. And my mom is going down the rabbit hole, bro. Somebody in Colombia and my family is sending her shit, and now she's starting to talk about like tinfoil shit. I saw a video with Bill Gates and this, and they put COVID, SARS, and HIV in a vial, and they made it, and it's the pandemia. I'm like, oh fuck, my mom.
You know what you have to do? You have to not react. You have to sit there and you have to listen.
I told her I did. I said, you sound like a crazy person.
There you go. You lost her. I hope you know you lost her.
No.
If that's how you're going to treat people, that's how you lose them. Just think of it.
You're absolutely right. And the conversation did
and
continue.
it's your mom. It's more important.
Absolutely, man. We still have the conversations, but she's getting deeper.
Are you reacting
deeper.
more?
Yeah, like
Polar opposite. I'm not saying it's your fault.
I didn't go like, you're acting crazy. I went like, mom, you sound a little bit like crazy. I'm sorry, I love you so much. But
you got to handle it more like you got to be like, Mom, they're listening. We can't point at the lamp and
yeah, no, I don't. I mean, man, I've never seen her like this. She's always been the logical.
You have to be like this,
rational one.
You just then use that. Use that.
She's getting older.
So where'd you hear that from, Mom? I mean, where'd you hear that? Okay, cool.
She won't go through the citation. I've explained how it works.
But you have to tell her. Yeah, but I don't know how you're approaching demanding citations. Oh, that's interesting. Where'd you get that from? Let her
gone through this process.
Say it out loud where she got it from.
She just like me. She won't. It's a struggle to get her to admit when she's wrong.
Well, then you know the fucking hack, brother. If it's just like you know the secret answers to get what you're looking for and implant in her head.
My poor dad working in the background was like, I'm working over here.
You know, maybe you got to have a talk with Pops, and you tell Pops, lay off any talk you're doing.
Pops is pro-vaccine. He got the vaccine.
You got to tell him to pump the brakes. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like
he's decided he won't engage with her any longer.
Well, that's a start.
And he has, behind closed doors, like, please get the vaccine.
I think you're more logical to talk to her about this than your dad is. With all respect to your dad,
she feels safer talking to me about these things, and I'm grateful for that.
And I think a lot of the times we hold our ground because somebody else we care about has the other ground. So now it's just like, I don't want to lose. Like, there's nothing about the vaccine here. It's just like, that motherfucker's not right. I'm right.
Personality thing. And she went up to me. Like, when I said, you sound like a crazy person, she's like, well, I guess that makes you crazy because you came from me. I'm like, got me there.
Goddamn right it does. And that's what you say, goddamn right it does, Mom. But it takes one to know one. And right now, it's a little, I just hope you're doing your due diligence and not just looking at YouTube videos. I'd love to go over what information you think you have and then compare it to what information I have.
She's just so careless on the internet, man. Like, we gotta.
So is my dad.
Right. We got a message like, hey, somebody tried to access your fucking bank account. I'm like, stop clicking links. Don't go to websites that look funky. And just, I don't know. Everything's exhausting. Yeah, right. So, yeah, I don't know. I think the compounding stress from today, the overwhelming thing, I'm certain, is a little game that I play on myself. Oh, God, I'm so overwhelmed. Wah, but it's really in my fucking brain.
Sometimes, and I just had a talk with somebody else like this. With somebody else about this, and maybe this is what's going on with everybody, okay? Sometimes when somebody, and this is what I've had to learn.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you got to know when to fold.
COVID days. All right.
Know when to COVID.
Chocolate rain.
Sometimes you have to know. God damn it. Stop it. Stop it.
No, I'm coming to life.
Stop lying.
Tay's on day. Good man.
Would you please stop?
I know. Did you buy it out yet?
Know when to fold. And I just got Kenny Rogers going in my head. I have Tays on Day singing Kenny Rogers in my head with Biden going, come on, man, get back on track, man.
It's a good soundtrack.
Sometimes people, and I did all of that just to remember
that was
what I was taught. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay.
Sometimes people don't need you to tell them how to fix it. All they want to hear is, oh, shit. That sucks. Oh, man, I feel bad for that. Sometimes
empathy, sympathy.
That's all.
Yeah.
They don't want the fix.
The condemnation.
And God damn it, have I been told that? Would you just say, oh, that sucks for once? Man, I don't need the answer here. I'm just looking for a little be on my side kind of like, oh, wow, that's a bummer. It's just like, problem is I've never been like that.
Well, I'm also thinking, like, who the fuck am I when I'm so skeptical about this very vaccine and specifically
You're talking to yourself a little bit.
With my mother,
with your mom,
she's just
you're
a more
talking
extreme version. But, yeah.
Not really.
Well,
maybe the other way.
But, like, when she calls it the pandemia, which my dad eye rolls, but I'm like, you know what? I haven't even ruled out that this was not in some way strategized. Like, it's not that crazy to think about. You know, and we're the people that sit here and say, "Remember, the CIA coined the term conspiracy theorist so that you could look like the fucking crazy person for thinking outside the box."
I just think, man, sometimes you just got to trust the government. That's what I do.
That's always the answer.
So, sometimes we don't want to admit that our loved ones may have made a critical boo-boo. You know what I mean? Sometimes to admit they fucked up is to admit we fucked up. Because it's like, no, don't tell me you're fucking flawed. No. And it's just like, well, it's not about you and your feelings of how high you hold them. They're a human. And humans make mistakes. And that's why I'm saying sometimes they don't need you to tell you how to improve that mistake. You're like the catcher. Pff, oh shit, that's a mistake. I feel you on that. That's a bummer.
Dude,
that's
you got me drowning in my brain right now. I'm thinking like I was an asshole to my mom for the past couple days. Yeah.
Ditto. I'm talking out loud. You know what I mean? I'm doing the same thing here.
Word.
You know, sometimes it's just like, wow, that's a bad move.
Like
that's a bummer.
I'm impatient.
Like,
she asked me to teach her how to use the internet. And I could be a better son, and I'm like, I gotta go to work, you know, blah blah blah. I gotta.
Everybody's gonna call their moms right now.
There's other like.
Hey mom, what is that Adam Sandler movie when everybody started calling their dad? Oh, it's Big Daddy. Remember at the end they all start calling
Big
their dads.
Dad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should say this, which means I should.
Then I probably will say it.
He's gonna come out of the closet. Maybe you shouldn't have.
I gave up something to be here, even though I could probably still do something.
Well, it doesn't matter what you gave up, but what's the point though?
I don't know. Now I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just like, why did I do that? Or is it may not even be about
everything
this.
happens for a reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everything happens for a reason. Like that choice made for like whether it was pre-thought out or pre-planned, like everything just happens for a reason. It doesn't matter why you avoided it this time, and you know everything just happens for a reason. That's all.
I gotta. This is like obvious shit here. I gotta stop going to women that feel like they need help, and I help them and become something else. Because boy, is it making problems for me.
Well, you're doing that with your mother, and I think if you fix that with your mom and understood, you don't have to fix her. That would carry on to a lot of things because we are our parents' children. You know, we all. You know, you look at a lot of people's choices and stuff like that. They all mimic kind of how they were grown up, and when girls have, you know what I mean? Maybe at the moment, if you fixed one aspect, there wouldn't be the need to fix. I don't know. I'm spitballing.
Thus far, every video she has shown me, I did disprove and debunk. This one I have yet to see. I gotta hear her out.
It's in how you do it. Remember what I mean? Right.
No, I went through the arduous steps. I had to show her what Wikipedia was, and she conceded.
Maybe she needs some Wikipedia. You know what I mean?
Hard.
That's all.
That was good. Yeah, A+ is all around. So yeah, you know,
try.
I get there. That's the stress at home, which is not that bad. Things could always be worse. The job, you just every day in a business that where you see a lot of people, a lot of the time. I see people, snapping, but I'm just getting used to that too.
Well, sorry, I only did it once.
No, you snap all the time.
Yeah, for sure. But
kind of your thing.
It's until we snap, until we vent, do we gain a better perspective on our situation. Like, so if you keep it all in, if you hold, sometimes when something's too heavy, you ask for help to lift. You don't just try to lift it by yourself because you break something, you pull your back out, you ask for help. So sharing information sometimes allows you to say it out loud. Somebody else might bounce back a different idea off you, and you gain that extra perspective that you didn't have before because you were so hyper focused in on it. You were so pulled in on it. You didn't see a little more of the nuance. So
it allows you to process it as well.
Yeah, exactly. Something about just out loud and,
makes it just tangible.
Makes it real, makes it like, oh, am I doing that?
And it's not just a brain fucking fire going on inside that
It's just not my head movies.
Yeah.
It's always raining in my head movies.
So, all right, I'm not good with segues, but there is something that's been on my mind, and I don't fully understand. What you got something?
No,
please do.
Karen, we got to bet.
Karen, yeah, so she's canceled, right? Yeah,
she's canceled. Well, I guess. Well, then
it's changed. She's changed my mind.
we fucking hopped on 95 and shot past whatever exit we were supposed to get off at, didn't we?
Well,
Holy shit.
I mean, she lost her livelihood, and yes,
She got fired from that.
only because of that one specific video I talked about where the man was more forgiving than the mob mentality. I was like,
So then you see this
I'm
video,
not
what do you
jumping
think?
on- yeah, that's why who knows what the fuck else?
Do you
is
have
going
a
on. It
more
was
of a,
bitch
like-
move? Yes, I have more empathy. I'm like, it's stressful for all of us. No, please don't follow people and cough on them. But
May I? Okay, cool. I'm glad you said it because, like, when you say broadly, I have more empathy, you're not meaning for her.
No, that
actions.
behavior was fucking deplorable.
Yeah, you're not talking for her cuntiness. You're talking just about like.
I would have been happy to see her punched in the face instead of losing her job.
Imagine if we all lost our job for a moment of cuntiness. Right? We've all been cunts.
Yeah,
Right.
Cranston, Eli, Josh, we've been a fucking cunt before. Imagine if now we are jobless because of our cunt moment.
Oh, that'd be a bad thing for people in.
And there's like levels to cuntness, right? Like,
Oh, sure,
you
yeah.
could be a cunt where you like fucking murder your neighbor's dog. Like, that's a fucking, you're a cunt.
It's a bitch move.
Or you cut in line, or you fucking booked it in front of, the merge lane. You hopped across everybody else, like that's a cunt move too. So there's levels to it. So depending on how cuntiness your level was, is the reaction you get. And I think with cunt Karen here, we're maybe talking a minimum 4 or 5 cunt level. And I think losing your job is probably like a 7 or 8. So I think it's over. It's too much.
An 8 on the cunt scale.
8 on the
It's
cunt
with
scale.
1
I
being
was
the
wondering-
low and 10 being the high.
It's like the Richter scale, but for cunts.
The Richter scale for cunts.
Oh, we
cunt
got the
scale.
cunt counter. Well, now we have the cunt scale.
Patent
So,
pending.
but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think
FDA approved.
having her job removed and her livelihood impacted from one moment of cuntiness, that's too much.
But how about this? Like the fact that it wasn't even the people who
yeah,
experienced
it's the fucking
cuntiness.
mob mentality shit
Right.
that I'm not on
People
board
who
with
weren't
at
there.
all. I hate it. Some people really get a hard on for it. Like, yep, that's karma. Everything went full circle. That's all is as it should be until it happens to you.
There's a thing with like social responsibility being like some kind of peer pressure too. Cause like, I mean, I don't know what her employer was, but I'll bet that they felt some kind of pressure with that
Oh,
whole
you
thing.
goddamn right.
Like that if they didn't fire her, that they
That's-
were going to get boycotted or something.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Right, you're guessing though, but you're giving it a little lower than what happened when people find out who you are and then you're contacting the job. It's different if they just saw people getting mad at her and they were like, "Oh, I hope people don't know she works for us." But now you have people. Her name gets posted, her job gets posted, and now you have people contacting that
contacting
company.
the job. Yeah,
so
you're
it's a
right.
little more than just pressure. It's people actually contacting you saying,
Yeah.
"Fire her." This isn't, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like.
Fire
Fucked.
her, we'll never shop there again or what. I don't know what the job is, but I'm just saying.
To me, for them,
Yeah, you're right.
for the people who got harassed by this lady, because it was, I mean, if you just look at the video, we don't know what happened in the beginning, but judging by the video, with that coughing and harassment, they should have went to, in my opinion, went to the manager, like, hey, if she was really following you, you have a credible, hey, this lady's following me, she's coughing on me, she's obviously trying to be extremely negative. Can you help me out? And if that manager said, "Oh, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do about it," don't go there.
Or just do what I did. Be
Don't
like,
go there.
Just talk to the governor, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Well, put your problem up with the other guy.
Go write your fucking
It's
your
not in your
local-
pay grade.
Fuck, I had. I want to address. Can you full screen me just for this one moment? It'll be
I always
super
full
brief.
screen your brother.
Oh yeah. All right. So hey,
I just take it away from him.
yeah, ducks. Hi. Remember me? Yeah. Okay. We're the show. I saw the beautiful, wonderful comment where you had told a member who complimented Josh on the great level of work he did to pull up videos for yesterday's episode, and you had said, "Yeah, I gave them all those videos." So I just wanted to say, when the credit is not yours to take, please do not. And at work, I'm still hearing from people that you're saying you are kind of a part of the show in a sense that you watch it, but you don't work with us. So please stop. I don't want to hear about it anymore.
Stop it!
I was trying
Stop
to
lying!
Adam, yeah.
avoid the talking too, but it's just like
It's dude. This is how many times? How many?
Like maybe it's my fault
I've
for
threatened
not.
the police on you.
Yeah, maybe it's my fault for not being the final one to. But I just don't. So yeah, do I get messages? Yeah. Do I always look at them? No.
Every guest we've ever had on the show tells me you message them, and my dad is
Sorry.
like, she's such a nice person. No, like, what are you doing? So that's enough. I won't
Ducks,
put
it's
you on-
love. It's all. I mean, look. We're going out of our way to speak with you right
Yes.
now, Ducks.
And I adore your support for us. It's so awesome, and that shit is eternal. I appreciate it. But don't do this shit anymore. Please don't put me in this spot.
Remember, you are maybe our biggest fan,
For sure.
but there is a difference between stuck at night, stuck in the middle, and
Ducks.
someone who doesn't be on the show. So please, for the love of God,
And we salute you for all your endeavors.
everything. But there's when, as Eli said, when people are like, "Hey, who's this person messaging me?"
I'm not being mean.
No one's being mean.
I adore you, Chris. You're awesome too.
There is a point when you have to maybe publicly address something, because when someone else goes out of their way publicly to take credit for things, and it's not stopping, you have to stop it a little bit. Try.
Gotta do
You have
something.
to try.
Gotta do something. I had a conversation, a very interesting conversation with one of these viewers here that I just said the name aloud, and it's inspired me. You know what? Fuck it. We don't necessarily need a preacher or a pastor, but any one of you, or we could just have the phone lines open.
I was gonna say, you want me to turn the phone lines on?
Not necessary yet, but I just want to say that religion idea episode, we don't need to have a fucking pastor or an imam or whatever or a Tibetan monk.
I
we
need
could do it here.
listen.
I know. We could do it with the phone lines. And I've seen it done. We need to have that stuck in the middle of religion episode. I fear that it may piss off some of our demographic, but we're that show that doesn't have the niche. That makes this a dangerous ploy that we have done. We're not telling people what they want to hear. We're trying to challenge each other and challenge you.
Right. I just want there's a different vibe. I want somebody invested in it just as invested as we are. And I'd rather have one person than like a few different ideas
bunch of
out
different
there.
calls.
And in here.
Yeah.
We still open the phone lines. We still do it just like that. But we need, and I will even be on their side. I will take the hit and I will help them argue their points.
For the
so they don't have to feel out of place.
For the ironic terminology, devil's advocate, yes.
It won't be, yeah, devil's advocate.
Al Pacino come up in
Yeah.
his bitch. Yeah, I get it. I hope they did. No,
Yeah, I don't know. The phone lines are open if you feel like calling, 954-399-3631. Whatever you want to talk about, even if it's a topic from earlier on this week, don't hesitate. Give us a call. You know, we're kind of, it's Wednesday. Every now and again, it's kind of like a more chill vibe, and that's what it is today. So if you want to chill with us and hang out, even if it doesn't regard any topics, please hit us up, 954-399-3631.
And if you're cool with maybe getting a roofie in your drink, you know, I could take care of that. Going back to cringy Eli, remember him?
Bill Cosby over here.
Okay.
Bill Cosby Jr.
He's free. So,
Oh, wow.
unless
Really?
Yeah.
That's very observant of you.
observe.
Where'd you find that out?
Fuck you.
He's free.
It's still shocking to me. Like, I don't know.
Very shocking.
I heard he's going to help OJ track down his wife's killers.
Yeah, no, I got the same report. By God.
Norm Macdonald had one of the best jokes about the Bill Cosby. He's like, this one guy was telling, he's like, hey, the hypocrisy, the hypocrisy is the worst part about this. He's like,
I know this one.
I disagree. I think the rape was the worst part about this. And it's just like, God damn it, Norm.
Dude, I miss
God
him.
damn
I miss him
and
already.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not.
Like, Bill Cosby is quite the hypocrite.
Yeah.
But thank God. I forgot what it was, but you remember like the follow-up? It was something about like, at least, that guy's a hypocrite, but at least he's a rapist, but at least he's not a hypocrite.
Yeah.
If Bill Cosby just came out saying, I just love raping women and giving Spanish fly, I'm like, man, by God, that guy's a rapist, but at least he's not a hypocrite.
Consistency.
R.I.P. Norm.
And to think all
Good
these
man.
years he was spiking the Jello, man. I had no idea.
So I propose a few
Eat the pudding.
a few options, okay? Because I got a couple things in my brain regarding things that we need to jump into. Unless you got something right now.
I just my brain moves a million miles a minute, and we're talking about Bill Cosby, and
God.
I don't know if this can do it justice, but I'm in ROTC in 11th grade.
I'm looking for the connection.
Okay.
Did he pudding pop you?
Oh, I'm not there yet. Let me tell you, because it's a really odd stretch, but it happens.
All right.
I'm in 11th grade. I'm in ROTC. There's this kid, Caden. Hi, Caden. Always talks like this. He seemed a little. He seemed odd. He didn't seem slow. He wasn't in any slow classes, but he was just hi. He always kept to himself and just pudgy guy. And
I don't appreciate the way you're describing me, but you know. It's
oh yeah. I'm sorry. He was a different guy.
Big
Sorry.
reveal.
I'm just making the name up here.
All right,
so
all right.
Caden, one day we all get to Colonel Baker's class. And Colonel Baker has this look in his eye. And he's just like, y'all got to sit down and watch this. This is a treat. And we're like, what? And the hi guys wasn't in the class. Okay.
All right.
We didn't know where he was.
Okay.
We're sitting down. We do the Pledge of Allegiance with the name call. Everyone,
President.
we all do that. Pickle here. And Colonel Baker hated me because I had long hair.
Yeah.
Cut your hair, Borsick.
He did hate that
I'm
shit.
like, what, dude? But we all sit down, we're seated, and he's like, Caden! Caden comes in the classroom, and Colonel Baker's like, watch. Caden goes on to do the Bill Cosby dentist bit verbatim with the voice, with the inflection.
Caden's got a little talent.
It was like a 10-minute, and then he snaps out of it. Okay, thanks, guys. And he leaves again, and we're like,
That's awesome.
yeah, dude. And when I mean spot on, I mean like when you watch the Bill Cosby dentist bit, and like, have you ever seen that bit? And like,
not that I can remember.
Bill Cosby
but-
goes to the dentist, and like, you know, it's always weird for him because they're like, you know, they hook you up to this chair and they put this vest on you, and the guy goes and he stands behind the concrete wall and he says, everything is going to be just fine. It's like, why are you sitting behind the wall? Why got all this stuff on for? And it's like maybe a 7-minute bit, dude. And he did it
Perfect.
verbatim, like word verbatim. So like this motherfucker was the Rain Man of Bill Cosby. Years later, I want to know if he was raping bitches. That's pretty much
Yeah, if he really
why I
committed
talked
to the
about it.
role.
Did he Spanish fly and rape all the ROTC women? I don't know.
Spanish fly. What does that mean again?
Spanish fly is the drug.
Is that
You
the
even look it
drug?
up? Yeah.
No, because, well, I remember back when I was in middle school and, you know, I drew porn and I also bought illustrated porn for some reason.
Eli's pretending like he's never used Spanish fly before.
I think I saw it on Beavis and Butthead or something.
There was
an episode
a
about
book
Spanish
called
fly.
Spanish Fly, and it was just, I thought it was just like being horny.
So check it out. The Spanish fly is an emerald green beetle in the blister beetle family. It and other such species were used in preparations offered by traditional apothecaries, often referred to cantharides
Yep,
or Spanish fly. The insect is a source of a terpenoid cantharidin, a toxic blistering agent once used as an aphrodisiac.
Ooh, aphrodisiac.
So this crazy fuck just like crushes up beetles and just drugs women.
What the fuck? Get the fuck out.
And we're like,
You're
nah, you're cool to come out.
This is, all right, this is crazy.
Everyone's like, we can't call in and talk about the Spanish fly. You're gonna get us in trouble.
I didn't know where that was going to go, and I didn't, where we ended up, I did not expect.
But where did you want to get? I know you said we have a few
all right,
things.
so there's three things on my mind simultaneously.
Go.
Oh, you're
I
going
wasn't
to
try to make this a thing.
No, okay, it's a thing. It's okay. All right, so fuck it. Cranston, I hope you're ready. We're gonna stall without the boss here. All right. So the thing that's been on my mind, and I am looking forward to his feedback. But let's see, the whole AOC thing, which is to me a big fucking nothing. But I saw a very interesting argument about people. Okay.
Tell them what happened first.
Is it like, all right.
So they know what.
AOC went to the Met Gala, which I learned, number one, yes, it's $35,000 a ticket. She didn't pay for the ticket. And it's also a fundraiser for the Museum of something or another for arts, important stuff, blah, blah. The dress she wore, she had the message. And this is where I'm like, okay, you know, she used her position to get her message out. I also learned, though, the person that makes those dresses charges $1 million per dress. But she didn't pay for any of this, so I don't know. people are all up in arms and outraged that AOC, the progressive, the Bernie Sanders inspired progressive, went to such a function while donning the tax the rich. In that company, I mean, I guess it's a effective way. Effective is debatable. That's the proper place to say such a thing, but is it not also hypocritical? But I'm not as outraged. I am not anywhere near as outraged as I've seen other people.
Right.
It almost broke up a fucking marriage. Like, that's what I saw earlier today. So I don't know, man. I'm not as big of a fan of AOC as I used to be because, you know, I've completely divorced the whole tribalism of being on the left. I go by policy, not politician, period. But, yeah, I don't know. Do you have any fucking opinion?
I mean, I agree with their message. For
I do
sure.
too. I do too. May not be popular, but I do too.
Do you vote by policy more than politician, or are you a fan of politician over policy?
No, I go by policy usually.
That's the smartest way to go. I really do think, like,
I would hope the majority of people, which is not the case, but I would hope the majority of people that vote went by policy and not by the fucking, you know,
I
politician.
think
or
AOC
personality.
is unique because I think she is more of an influencer than she is
I'll agree.
a politician. I
Absolutely.
think she has more pull.
I'm big
That way.
on Second Amendment and guns. So like one thing, like with us being in Florida, like a lot of times I'll go for whichever candidate is more in my interest as a gun owner, as opposed to if one candidate wants to make like unconstitutional restrictions or like whatever, and the other part is for it. Then that'll be my deciding factor a lot of the time.
My fandom, odd way to put it, of the Constitution has made it pretty hard to always vote via policy, but I do like the Constitution quite a bit.
Well, that's funny you say that because the Constitution has a fucking trigger warning now. Let's see, we got a call.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I know who. You know, maybe we can get into some Australia stuff.
Oh, what's up,
Max.
Max, what's up, man?
Max?
Hey, it's Ricardo, man. What's going on?
Oh, who the hell's Max? Dude, we thought we had a new Aussie friend, bro.
You know what? I watched this show the other day, and Eli was asking about movies, right? So the best Australian movie is Mad Max 2, mate. So, yeah.
Mad Max 2, best Australian movie?
Oh, okay. Word.
Yeah.
What'd you think
Watch that, man. Yeah.
Well, I'm a big fan of Mad Max. The original, the first one, the second one. First one's a little more of a slow burn. But what'd you think of that Fury Road shit, man?
Yeah, no, that was good. And also, too, I think they're making another one. Thor, or Chris Hemsworth's going to be the new Mad Max, I think they're saying.
Yeah,
so that'll be interesting to.
I know this is a little bit of a nerd noise to some of the people, but you know, Charlize Theron and the main guy, he's a great actor. He plays Venom. What the fuck is his name?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, thank you. They didn't get along.
Tom Hardy, yeah.
Tom Hardy fucking killed it. But they didn't get along
No,
so
man,
much.
Tom Hardy was mad. Mate, he's awesome. I thought, look, that was crazy. And, you know, it took so long to make that movie as well. I mean, it was all done in Africa too, in Nambia. It was all filmed out there in Africa. So, man, looking forward to that.
I've been a Tom Hardy fan since I think one of his biggest breakout roles was Bronson. And that's a crazy fucking independent film of his. But big fan. But Charlize Theron and him, the two leads, they didn't get along, so there won't be a sequel with them in it.
I was born in the dark.
No.
That's our boy.
Hey, what was the other Tom Hardy movie you made that was a mafia movie? It was a good gangster movie, I remember.
It doesn't matter what the movie is.
It wasn't called fucking fuck, but I know the one.
He was Al Capone, and but it was Al Capone his.
Yeah, it was based on the alcohol trade. Apparently, the alcohol trade or something in Chicago.
Yeah, it was with Shia LaBeouf.
Guys, I hate to break
that was a great movie, man. I remember that movie. That was one of his best, man. But hey, man, just asking, what's going on over there, man, with this Millie guy, man? This Millie guy's a fruitcake. What's going on?
Ricardo, we actually had a retort for you, and maybe we can get into this, but Australia are now holding news sites on Facebook liable. So, for instance, what's a main news site over in Australia?
Sky News Australia is the best news service, but look, all the rest is owned by Rupert Murdoch, as you guys will be aware.
Okay, so now in Australia, Sky News Australia makes a post on Facebook. Eli and I start bitching back and forth in the comments on that post. Eli says something like, "Oh, Josh is a fat piece of shit." I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck?" I, as an Australian, can now sue Sky News Australia. What the fuck happened there, man? Because they signed up, Sky News Australia signed up for Facebook. You could argue that Facebook should be the one kind of like now personal profiles, essentially, if there's an argument, dispute, you can get sued. That's crazy, man. That's like, it's stepping into a new territory.
Man, you know what? Look, again, it's this same thing in that it's everywhere. It's all over the world, isn't it? You get sued for anything, man. Look,
well, a lot of the stuff starts in Australia. It kind of like tests in Australia, and then like America kind of adopts it sometimes. So like, if like, what do you feel about that? Are you okay with that? You know what I mean? Like,
what is your stance? I am interested.
So are you saying that Facebook can sue, or are you talking about the Australian government can sue?
So Sky News Australia has a Facebook page, right? Myself and Eli, as just a random Joe Schmoes, are on Sky News Australia makes a post. Eli and I are in the comments on that post.
Yeah, we're in the thread, and I'm calling him a fat bitch.
Yep. I can now sue Sky News Australia for Eli calling me a fat bitch.
Yeah.
Because the rule came down that Sky News Australia is now a publisher on Facebook, allowing those comments. You're going to be held liable for what other people say on your comment thread.
Yeah, that's pretty shit, man. If you're saying that, you know, I could get sued for making just a comment where, man, majority of the comments are made that are not like, they're made at the moment, and people go, "Oh, you know, you're being racist, or you've been whatever." I mean, come on, man, let's just go a bit too far, don't you think? I mean, look.
Oh, I agree.
I'm not. Yeah, but I just think that's.
Think of it like this. Remember, it's not you getting sued. It's not the other guy getting sued. You would be suing Sky News because it's on their post.
But, theoretically,
same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing with Facebook, man. Like, I mean, a lot of companies that I've seen, I mean, look, I don't really use it as much as I used to, but
smart man,
it's just like, you can't even say things now, man. Everyone's just like too precious. You know, you can't have a view anymore. And then next thing you know, you got an email or letter saying you're going to be sued. I mean, what's going on? There's no freedom of speech anymore, man.
It is kind of par for the course with Facebook, so you're right. It's kind of like a big nothing burger.
Fucking fact checkers and just missing context.
Yeah, I mean,
shit.
But our piece of shit government, Millie, as you brought up, Ricardo, what the fuck is going on there? This guy...
Is that treason, guys? Is that treason? That's called treason. Yeah, I mean, this guy should be friggin' locked up.
I've only learned about it from literally sitting down for the prep time, which we didn't have too much. And I learned just from the title alone that this General Milley apparently was calling China while under.
Yeah, man.
Not just calling China, but he held a meeting with like top military officials and said, "You need to come through me if or when Trump makes a decision. It doesn't matter. You still need to come through me to get essentially final approval."
Wow, he undermined the president.
Yes, he did.
Well, now
yeah, man. Come on, man. That doesn't sound right to me, man. That's a dog's act, if you ask me, mate. I reckon this guy should be accountable. And also, guys, man, what's the deal with this guy, man? I mean, even with Afghanistan debacle and that, I mean, man, I'm just so disappointed in what they're trying to do to make America look bad now. I mean, that's what he's trying to do. Biden's trying to do that too, man. Yeah, come on. I mean, America shouldn't be like this, man. America should be, you know, always the number one and all this. But, man, it's just looking bad, man. I mean,
We have to keep in mind, I forget so the book that this is coming out in is by Bob Woodward. And I believe when Trump was in office, there was this thing that came out that Bob Woodward threw him under the bus. And a lot of people are like, fuck, that guy's lying. So why now to the same people is he telling the truth about Milley?
Bob Woodward is a very powerful, you know, this guy's he's the guy that broke out like fucking Watergate, you know. And I don't know if I consider like what he did with Trump throwing him under the bus. I guess he used something off record, but I don't know, man.
I mean, that's kind of.
I'm gonna if that's what he did.
Like,
I mean, that's against your
The
ethical.
way I see it is when you're in the military, you don't have to follow an illegal order, and like everybody knows that. So if some order was given like that and it was illegal, they wouldn't be required to carry it out. So there's no reason for him to go behind our back to other countries and start saying anything. That by itself could be considered treason. He would just not have to follow an illegal order.
Cranston's right, man.
It
You're
should
right,
be
Cranston. That's
considered.
what I think, man. It should be, man. I mean, come on, man. I mean, look, they're trying to impeach Orange Man how many times over things that they've all made up. I mean, hey, man, you might have your differences between him, but this, to me, even my mates are saying the same thing. What is going on, man? This is like sort of like a comedy show at times, man, and it's not American-like, yeah?
Don't get us wrong.
Like something's bigger.
We agree with both what you and Cranston are saying. Hell, we've came to the same thought ourselves. It's just what I'm saying is, maybe 6 months ago, 7 months, wow, probably longer than that, probably about a year ago now, when Bob Woodward's book came out on Trump. The same people right now, and I'm just noticing it in real time. It's not an accusation, but the same people who are believing Millie did this did not believe Bob Woodward's book on Trump. So it's almost like they pick and choose when to believe Woodward. For all we know, the guy's full of shit. So why now all of a sudden are we believing somebody we already don't like, General Milley, because he's a woke douchebag, just because it fits with what we want it to be doesn't necessarily make it true. So all I caution is to tread lightly on the matter because it is Bob Woodward.
I give Bob Woodward, I almost called him Woodburger, a lot of credibility from his, like, he's one of the most respected journalists. So just like, you know, what he did with Trump, I approve of it, and what he's gonna do with this motherfucker, I approve of it.
As long as you're consistent on it.
Yeah, that's exactly, and that's what I like you calling accountability for, and the consistency, which is our biggest fucking theme here. So,
can I just ask you something, guys? I'm reading a bit at the moment in my spare time on this 5 Lakes thing in New York, apparently, regarding certain things happening there. So I don't know if you guys know about that.
Something's going on in New York.
Doesn't sound like. Are you trying to beat around the bush on something?
What? No. I think he.
No. Apparently, there's a lot of high up people bought property in this one area in 5 Lakes or something. It's in around New York or something. Outside New York there. A lot of rich people. I mean, they've bought out there, and a lot of things been happening. It's like a rabbit hole, basically. Look into it, and there's a lot of things have happened there.
All right.
Is there a jumping off point you could lend us for like a search term? So then we could do that and maybe talk about it next show?
I'll send something, Josh, to you on Messenger. But apparently, even with to do with Hunter Biden's tattoo on his back and stuff.
I promise, being a New Yorker myself, and I never miss the opportunity to say it like every New Yorker in Florida, I will find out.
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
Very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting. People have come out and said what's been transpiring around there, and a lot of famous people have had weddings around there and stuff, but a lot of other things have been taking place there as well.
All right, Eli's on the case.
We'll send that on over, and we'll keep an eye out for it. Ricardo, thank you so much, man. Good to hear from you.
And also, just wanted to touch base with you guys. We're still in lockdown here. The government's changing the rules on Sunday. Hopefully, we'll be allowed to go out a bit further and all that. But
is it going to be like a slow process, like open 20% first, or like how does that going to go?
Yeah, well, look, they're trying to get 70% vaccinated on the first dose, and we just got a real screwed up guy in charge here. That's
Well, stay strong,
not good
man.
at all, guys.
Don't fucking.
All good.
We all gotta keep an eye on fucking Australia because they might be trying that shit here next. But thank you as always.
Fight the good fight, Ricardo.
Yeah, man. Take care, guys. I'll be in touch.
All right, brother. Be safe. Later. Ricardo, our friend from Australia, from our friend from down under.
Not to be hyperbolic, man, but that shit that's going on in Australia, you don't see any of that talked about on our mainstream here.
No, not at all. Let me bring it up real quick, just so people know what we're talking about. It's not exactly. That's kind of why I want to at least bring up the page up. I mean, The Verge is talking about it. That's pretty.
Which part? What's going on in Australia or the General Millie or?
Yeah, what's going on in Australia?
Okay.
Why didn't it just come up? Come on, man.
Yeah, the fuck. Well, from my understanding, I remember the last time he called, he said this is our 7th fucking lockdown. I can't even imagine what small businesses look like if they're even there anymore. And at what expense, man? Like, at what fucking expense? What's worse at this point? The goddamn virus, which I don't know.
The cure isn't supposed to be worse than the disease.
Right, man. Yeah. Like, I'm in a place of privilege here. I haven't gotten the fucking COVID.
That's why people are concerned for you, though.
Yeah, man. And with my mother, that whole scenario is evolving, and I'm getting back to maybe I should get it, but I'm not talking about it anymore.
Or how do you know you didn't get it? Maybe you got it and you were asymptomatic and you didn't
Maybe
even
get the
know.
antibody test first.
That's a good idea. And you're right. And it's because you're right, that's a good idea. So, good work, gentlemen.
I saw today that they're talking about the boosters now, and they're saying that the Pfizer's a full dose, but the Moderna booster is only a half dose or something.
Brand new viewer Cliff Anthony, welcome from Wisconsin.
Well, they also are showing about the COVID boosters, and this is from
Not appropriate.
CNBC. Data shows COVID booster shots are not appropriate at this time, and U.S. and international scientists conclude. So, goddamn that ever-evolving science, huh? Isn't that some bitch?
I brought that up to my father, and it didn't seem to dissuade him, and I brought it up to my coworker, and I'm not able to explain it in a way where he's not going to get it. So
we definitely don't want the companies dictating whether or not you need it. There needs to be some independent, advisory committee or something that makes the decision on that. Not just let Pfizer or Moderna or Johnson & Johnson,
Big
whatever,
Pharma and the government will never steer you wrong.
You need this third shot. We know you need it. Like, no, it's not they're basically selling a product is what they're doing. They're saying we have this product and you need it. And they're
getting money for free for it by us just getting it.
Right.
Yep. God damn it. And I'll never forget that goddamn clip on Bill Maher, that seedy, slimy little motherfucker. Well, thanks for being on the team, Bill. Even though you're talking about your freedom, stay on the team. Don't detract.
Howard Stern says, fuck your freedoms. You hear him say that?
No!
Yep.
I'm going to punch Howard Stern in the face.
He's tired of unvaccinated people running around and giving him the problem why he can't go out. The man lives in like $1 billion house, has hundreds of millions of dollars. His house, he doesn't have to go outside of. So it's easy for someone like that to enjoy their luxury of their own fucking mansion, million-acre property and tell everybody else, how come you're not, you should just stay inside.
You motherfuckers got me stuck in this 5-acre mansion, you motherfucker.
Check out all these dividers that have always been prevalent. All right, we got racism, we got class warfare, we got every little ism that would divide us, and now we got the unvaccinated. Yep. How dare you?
And just imagine if I hated the rich so much. I'm so fucking against you that I went to their costume party and I wore a costume and I participated.
That's what we talked about when you were in the thing.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. No, I've never been at a rich function.
Douche move, but what did you say before that? Before I AOC'd out?
Yeah, I mean, Chris and I covered it.
Yes, I'm saying, what'd you say before I AOC'd out, though? I was just making, I didn't want to segue into it, I was just making a...
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. No, fuck it fine, no, brother.
Oh, damn it. Something regards booster shots and COVID.
Oh, yeah, I mean, just, this is falling on deaf ears. And this is, has the backing of the scientific consensus and community, but now the people are so polarized... And this is so political and sensationalized. They're just like, once they heard from the powers that be, booster shots should get them.
Coronavirus!
They ain't changing their fucking mind. So I wonder, since it's not appropriate, is it going to have an adverse effect if you already have the fucking vaccine? I don't know. And I am wondering, how much of a part of me is really just being stubborn and skeptical, what is my true intent for not just getting the fucking vaccine? Will it help my mom more in the long run? This is just a clusterfuck mindfuck, man. And I do feel like the unvaccinated people don't want me to get it, and I kind of like that, I guess. And then the people that are vaccinated, join us, you're doing the right thing. And it's just so weird.
Can I further that statement? Because what I see is those who you say unvaccinated, to me, they don't tell you don't get the vax. They say do what you want.
No,
we're not getting it.
There's some. Don't get it.
most people who get vaccinated look at anybody who's unvaxxed like you're a fucking crazy motherfucker, horrible person.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people who are
Get all the time.
who are unvaxxed are very still open-minded. Like, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's still you do you. I'm not going to get it, but you do you.
Oh,
There's not that same vibe on the opposite
You
side.
just reminded me of something. Speaking of that side, so
Yes.
there's somebody that you're gonna guess the name without me saying it.
Okay.
On Voice the People, she went on to say how she was finding it a bit outrageous that we kept using the My Body, My Choice reference because we're taking away from the women's rights given the abortion ban in Texas. And so it's like, give us this one thing. But I wanted to point out in that very moment, there's also women that are saying this and complaining about their autonomy regarding the vaccine.
I saw that
and
deflection.
So-
I did. It's this weird way to approach the conversation without addressing what the person said. You just, it's just like it comes from a place of condescension, like you don't have to. I'm just gonna, it's a shitty way to do it.
She's probably gonna dry watch this, which means we're not gonna be live. We adore you, and please, you have your night in court every opportunity when we're on live. You could call,
and it's a perfectly fair comparison because at the end of the day, my body, my choice.
Period, across the fucking board.
That's
and it's
that's it. Consistency is all we ask for.
That's it.
And if that's what you approve of, that's what you approve of. If you think you could get the thing to help you, then you get the thing to help you, and you should be good. You shouldn't worry about what everyone else does with their lives and their own family. That's their choice, in my opinion.
Yeah, choice. I like the sound of it. Let's keep it.
Nope, no freedom of choice, brother. How dare you?
I know. It's very, very polarizing.
How dare you?
Controversial. Sorry, AOC, Millie Vanilli, and then what was one of the other potatoes to our meat?
I think that thing it kind of depends how you look at it too, though. I mean, there's a lot more. I think there's a lot more being forced on the abortion side of it than the vaccine thing. But
I mean, people
Flesh
aren't
that
losing
out
their jobs
entirely
if they don't
because
get an abortion.
I kind of expected you to say.
But don't the abortion, some places like criminal penalties and stuff, like we don't have criminal penalties going on for not getting the vaccine. Not yet, right?
But yeah, I mean, you're right on that part, but it's not yet. So, I mean, there are things that they're obviously not the same, but the idea of my body, my choice and the government not telling you what to do with your body, I think is pretty it's correlated. You can correlate it pretty easily.
It's just a safe general statement. I thought like
It's
what
just-
do you
It's just like some of these states, like if you were in some state where with the real bad abortion laws and they got the abortion,
Leave.
they'd probably go to jail. But
Go to a
like if
different
you're
state.
in a state with the vaccine thing, what you would
You lose your job,
but
you
that's
lose your
not-
livelihood.
But that's not jail.
Okay, but now you're kind of doing like apples to oranges kind of thing, and one's not. Well, yeah, but you're still losing something.
It's just I
It's
just
not
don't
jail.
think it's. I think it's a loose argument. I don't think it's necessarily on even terms to say they're exactly the same.
I mean, so far the examples you brought up don't prove
I
that
just-
you think it's a loose argument. Just kind of weak.
I have
examples.
Maybe, yeah.
I have a question for you, Cranston. Like, what would you say to two women both saying, like the one saying, I don't like this vaccine thing because it's my body, my choice, and then the other woman that just talks about the abortion aspect. Would it change this parallel? Is it because we're men talking about it? Because I know the person that made this observation was saying this is a woman issue and it's being belittled by the vaccine issue. So what are you telling the other women?
Well, she's talking about she thinks that it's being kind of swept under the rug. Like we had the Texas thing; it was on the main stage for
I don't feel
a
that
couple
way.
of for however long, and then all of a sudden it was just gone. And we're
It's
not
a projection
see it
for
again.
her
That's
sweeping
how she
that.
sees it.
I don't feel
She's
it's
sweeping
gone, but-
that argument under the rug by making that deflection.
But it's a fair, that's her
People
fair
are
point.
riled up over it.
It's a fair
It's
point
not going anywhere.
for her to make. I'd like for her to, have her day in court, call in and feel free to talk about it because that's the only way we'll be able to come to a proper consensus. I do think
Even
that,
if we don't agree.
yeah, we can absolutely find, without having a common ground, just agree to disagree.
But I
Which is
was
where I'm
thinking
at.
of that earlier. I thought about that argument earlier, and that was where I was kind of like out with it. I was kind of like,
I counted on
like,
you to come through.
Like I can see like somebody versus getting arrested versus saying if you were at a federal job or
Okay,
whatever.
the arresting
I
thing-
just
Well, right
feel
now,
like
right
different-
now in Texas, the person who performs the abortion
That's
can
a-
get
yeah.
arrested. They can face up
Right.
to $10,000 fine. So I mean,
And I don't know
if
the
we
laws
wanna-
in every state for like abortion.
I
I
just
just know
think-
there are penalties.
I think it's
you know?
silly to broad stroke it, and I think the idea of my body, my choice can create some type of unity. And by nitpicking
Taking
why
it away.
it's obviously different, you're taking away any unifiers. Where people imagine if the people who agreed, you know what, maybe you're right, it's your body, your choice because I believe it's my body choice about the vaccine. You could find common ground, and we're going further away from that.
But
It could
I
help
did-
enlighten the male population about how women feel. In fact,
But I know the post you're talking about, because I had commented on it, and I haven't been on in a few days to see like the responses. But when I did comment on it, that was what her rebuttal was that she felt that the abortion thing has kind of gotten pushed
Swept
under the rug.
Right, but what do you
afterwards,
think
and the
about what we're
vaccine
saying?
is
I don't think so.
taking over the whole thing. you know?
But what's your opinion? Not her opinion. What's your opinion?
My
on it?
opinion, I just don't think that it's an equal argument. I just think they're kind of
I
different
just
things.
wanna-
I know there's
So
some
you share her
similarities.
opinion?
She's got a good point about it for sure.
And you think the idea of my body, my choice, there's no good points there?
Well,
Seeing there's criminal aspects to both.
I don't like the
that's
whole.
that's the kicker to me, like the criminal aspect, and that even like the mandates are not like it's not universal. It's only, I mean, it may become universal, but it's only at certain
I just
things.
wanna-
You know,
I
if
just
you
wanna
don't want
share-
that job, you can get another job. But some of
Right.
these women,
Okay.
Wait,
if you don't
I mean,
want
I
that, if you
get
don't
it,
want
like-
if you want the abortion, don't live in that state. I can
get
say the
that,
same
and
thing.
I get that. Like, yeah, are they going to be able to get the abortion before they move out of the state? Like, are they going to be stuck with the baby
we
before they
buffering?
got to move out of the state? Like, there's just some issues there with that.
Are we still live?
But
Yeah.
like I said, is
yeah.
I think her point was she'd like to see a bigger focus on the women's issue as far as that goes.
Right, and there's a huge focus on it, and what we're saying, you could have an even bigger focus by bringing people across the board and by acknowledging my body, my choice is a little more broad than just abortions.
I think
Because you
there
could do more
was.
positive.
I think there was, but I mean, like, I haven't seen it, but I don't get the news
I
all
haven't
the
seen
time.
it.
But I haven't seen it in the last, since.
I see people on the
Texas
right say
thing.
it, and people on the left say that's
it
not
was-
true, and then I see people on the left saying my body. I just see always hypocrisy on both sides.
It
They
was
always
like-
bash heads.
The Texas thing was like the front, the big news issue, like
still big
over
news,
a week.
man.
But I haven't seen it. It turned into all the.
But you just said you're not
vaccine
watching the
mandates.
news though that
I
much, so you
do,
can't
but-
say
I do,
it's not big, but you're not watching it.
I
It's
do.
huge. It's everywhere. People are talking about it.
I mean, I haven't seen it. I don't.
But you
watch
just said
the
you're not
news.
watching the news.
I didn't say that. I said I'm not watching it all the time. But
Right,
when
maybe-
I watch it, I don't see it.
Maybe it's just the timing. I mean, it's a lot
Or
of
at
people are
least it's-
talking about
or
it,
at
especially the
least it's not
Mississippi
the-
one.
It's not the top story. Now the Mississippi one, you're right. That will come into the news more and more because they're going to be going to court for that
Actual-
in the next coming
Actual,
months.
like the
Yeah.
law, right? They're going to court for to try to overturn actual Roe versus Wade.
It could happen. Yeah.
I don't.
It's a Mississippi. I have to look into that a little more to really give you my thoughts.
looking
on
forward
it. But
to
it's
that.
something to do with the Mississippi law, and it could have some kind of impact on Roe. But like we said in the abortion issue, is they could overturn Roe anytime they wanted if they wanted to. It's just a bad.
Thank you, everybody. We did actually go buffering. We got frozen, and they stuck it out with us. Thank you, guys. Sorry about that. That's just on the randomness of the weather here in Florida and the connection.
You blame that on YouTube. We got a strong connection. We just upgraded that gigabyte internet, baby.
Yeah,
So that's
hell yeah.
YouTube doing their thing.
all the way. But okay, so I think we found at least our grounding.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that
for
one.
sure.
Yeah.
Is there any comments from people in the chat regarding this topic?
So okay, but jail time is not the same as prison. So I think I
Well,
missed some things here. Is not the same
In
as
that
prison.
situation, they're going to go to jail, and then they're probably going to go to prison. But we'll see.
I am reading in real time here, and they're catching up because there was that buffering. Aren't fake vax cards and abortions both prison time? Good
point.
Okay, I'm going through. Yeah, well, we got frozen right in the middle of it, and that fucking sucks.
Fuck you, YouTube.
Yeah, but doing time in county ain't as bad as the state pen. Yes, can we please point out jail is not the same as prison?
Yes,
All
for
right,
sure.
It's simple, my body, my choice, and underreported prisoners are dying from jab effects.
But
Got to look into that personally.
we have to see the my body, my choice people say the same thing with abortions, though. I
Yeah.
need to see them say that.
I think that could have been a lovely, wonderful little unifier and help even like men start to understand things. Men that maybe weren't always so like in favor of the abortion in general, like be like, wow, I'm talking about something to do with my body here, and now there's bullshit consequences. I could lose my job if So there's the similarity for me. That's all, and it's okay that we don't have a full agreement. She does make a good point as well.
But most jobs, though, if you don't have a contract, you do have to understand that most jobs are at-will employment. I mean, you can be let go anytime for no reason, and you know that going into most jobs, unless you've got
not a lot of places. Florida's a right-to-work state where they can terminate you for any reason, but not a lot of places, and especially if you already have the job, and then they change the rules while you're there, and you know what I mean? A lot of nurses and stuff like that.
That's
what a lot of people are facing.
That's a different issue, but yeah, I agree with to some extent with if you have a contract and things like that it's not in the contract, they can't change.
And I think we've already seen examples of like why this is bothersome. Like teachers and nurses, people in these professions have chosen to quit under the gun of get this fucking vaccine, and that should be a tell to the overreach of the government to like just hit the brakes.
And what sucks is, we don't know how many of them who were forced to quit because they didn't want it, how many of them had a natural immunity to it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They're not. This is why, for that reason alone, until there is exemptions, just like people don't like, there's no exemptions with the abortion bill. Until there are better exemptions, it's a shit bill.
Right.
It's a shit bill. Nobody should be for any kind of mandates, that broad stroke things that don't allow for mandates, just like you're not for a fucking shit abortion bill that don't allow any exemptions or anything like that to protect people. It's the same fucking bill that's not protecting people. And people are failing to find any type of unity here and come together where, look, the government's trying to fuck us.
And that's what I struggle with so much, the unifiers, man. And we had an opportunity. We still have this opportunity, but now, no, this is more, and I get it still.
Isn't it pretty outrageous, though, that like some of these politicians are making this big money with these no term limits, and this is the kind of bullshit that they're putting out. Like we're like paying them with tax money. We're electing them to do a job of making laws, and they're pushing out this kind of shit that they know is like not fucking legal.
Theater.
It's fucking, that's a great point.
Tax the rich. No offense, tax the rich, but I'm gonna go and I hate the rich, but I'm gonna go to a rich event and wear it's theater. Oh wow, I stand up for you. But what the fuck did it actually do?
Wear $1 million dress.
She promoted a famous person's dress.
You know what?
Wear $1 million dress and a $35,000 ticket she didn't have to pay for.
It reminds me of like the WWF or whatever, like the fucking wrestling, how it's all this act, like they have them like having these feuds with each other.
It's been that for a minute.
Guys coming to the stage with the steel chair and how they're doing interviews. I'm going to beat this guy's ass at SummerSlam and like whatever. And like, it's just all like a fucking show. And then at the end of the day, they're going out having beers with each other and
absolutely.
shit.
Behind closed doors, they're all making money. You guys remember the Boondocks, that show, that fantastic show that was on Adult Swim, Boondocks, very political commentary. It had an episode, fantastic one, where it had Al Sharpton and Ann Coulter doing political theater in front of everybody and hating each other, and then behind closed doors, behind the curtains, she's going, baby daddy, and they're fucking, they're making out and shit. Like, I'm just saying, that's literally how things work.
Yeah, we'll have a conversation like this, and once it goes back to a more emotional issue, right back to party lines and tribalism we go. Right back to thinking the government has our best interests, and we defend them. We sit there and we defend them. And the people,
for sure,
the right used to defend the government, now they're against it. For the most part, the left used to hate the government, and now they're straight on authoritarians.
There's the fantastic flip-flop of this age. They
went back. Remember when they said Democrats and Republicans flipped?
Yes.
They did, and now they're back.
Yep. Just like the whole, apparently when the party started, it was all
right,
opposite.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Initially they said they flipped,
so I get,
and now they're back to where they started.
These examples have helped me understand how such a thing even happened.
We have to get off of this, like, where you like this politician so much that like whatever the fuck they do, you're gonna like defend it, because like he ain't your fucking friend. Like if this politician like knew you, he wouldn't even fucking like you. Like,
that's why I asked when I came back in,
whatever,
because you guys were talking about someone. I came back in, I said, do you vote on politician or policy?
Yeah. and
Right.
policy consistent across
That's
the
right.
fucking ground. By the way, an update from the viewer we mentioned yesterday who opted to lose her job as a teacher. She also, this individual, already had fucking COVID. But they still...
Right, and I agree. I think that's horrendous. There should be an exemption for that if you can show you have antibodies, and it's bullshit that it's not there.
That's why you got to be
sure.
against the bill in general, because it's already hurting people who there's no decisions are being made without answers being had.
Yeah, with the poorest of safety nets
But I
right
do
now.
think that some of these bills in different states, some states have their own specific mandates, and because of that
Yeah,
Jacobson case, though that's a different issue.
We got some
Those may
bones
be
to pick
more
with some
legal,
states,
but-
clearly, man. Yeah, for sure.
Let's play some funny.
Yeah,
You
dude,
want to play some funny?
Let's do some funny. Oh, shit. Lindsay, you want to go back earlier after this show because we addressed some stuff from Voice of the People.
This is sometimes when life gets overwhelming, and then you're fucking stuck at a fucking train track. You know, you're late for something. Bills are piling up on you. The wife is bitching in your ear.
You make me want to go to Postal all of a sudden. What's going on?
And now you're just stuck at a train track. There is no audio. Keep an eye on the car to the right.
Okay.
You know, this is a fucking, you know what? You got the fuckets, bro. You're getting the fuck out of here, dude.
What is he gonna do?
I'm bouncing from this town, dude. I'm fucking out, cuz.
What did he just...
He just hopped on the train and left.
What? Wow, that man might just be my spirit animal. Yes, I didn't know what the fuck to expect.
He's out.
He's gonna go fulfill his dream of being a traveling hobo, change his name to like Boxcar Fred or some shit.
I mean, tell me that's not your dream. Shit.
Cranston, was
I
that
like
you,
the bum
bro?
fights, man. The bum fights. That's what I'm into.
Bum fights.
Remember Rufus the stunt bum?
That shit was gratuitous and beautiful. Back in the day.
I've been enjoying people being fake badasses.
I don't know anything about that. Fuck with it.
And this is one of those instances where fake badassery, and like you just look at the person who's trying to be tough, and you're just like, well, this is awkward. Let's see.
You know, I'm just trying to ask you to go to speed limit is all.
I'm saying I'm gonna go.
Oh. Okay. Okay. All right.
Car now.
Well, you got to. Hey, you're gonna have to open that trunk. I'm not going anywhere until you open that trunk.
Whoa.
Bro, she screamed so loud there, like there was nothing.
Is this some?
Hey, you're gonna have to open that trunk. I'm not going anywhere until you open that trunk.
Get out.
Nope.
Oh, that's a woman in
Yeah,
the
I think
front.
is that Chaz Bono?
Oh my God, it is a woman.
I just want my bag, man. That's all I want was my bag.
He said, "Just go to speed." Jesus.
Thank you.
Oh my God, it is a woman.
She's so cool, dude.
Yeah, that's
So cool.
What a badass.
Me too.
You're very logical and rational.
Again, we don't know what happened from the beginning.
Yep. You know what? Fuck that noise and fuck that handsome woman. Yeah, dude. I with this fucking.
Put your hands up. I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna take that clip and put it on the Mr. Jack song by System of a Down. Like, put your hands up. Put your hands up.
This is what it's like to see the creative mind audibly articulate itself. I enjoyed that, Josh.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Here is another badass. This is a badass on wheels.
Oh shit! Racist wheelchair.
Trigger
lady.
warning. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay, I'm nervous.
I'm not gonna lie.
This is
That initial loop around is totally badass, and you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. Let's make sure I got the volume up for this beast. Fuck you, pig. Okay.
You want to say it to my
Trigger
face?
warning.
Yeah, I'll fucking say it to your face.
Look at that U she pulls. Yeah, I'll fucking say it in your face.
I am your wife, you motherfucker.
with my outfit and ethnicity.
Fucking racist bitch. Fuck you.
damn it.
Yeah, what?
Hang on, sorry.
Who's the good-looking lady?
Look at your feet. Look at my feet. Yeah, you know what?
the
I'm
fuck?
a witch. We're supposed to be drowned, you dumb fuck. You
What?
know nothing about witches. You want to fuck with me? You'll see what
I'm a witch. We're supposed to be drowning?
The best part was the little graphic of the witch from Snow White next to her.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was great.
She has some issues. She's saying it to everybody.
Oh, shit.
Trusty
Of course,
Curry
trusty.
reference.
Disgusting.
Kick her off the fucking... Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
My languages, but fuck you and yours.
Damn right, lady.
Not goodbye. You're goodbye. Not goodbye. You didn't pay for shit yet. You don't even live here. So fuck you. Oh yeah? You fucking, are you scary? Are you fucking scary? You fucking scary? I don't care. I don't
Look at her, bro. What a badass, dude.
Epitome of badassery
My daughter, man.
and intimidation.
Chill out. Don't swear in front of my daughter.
You know what? Don't fucking talk your language in front of me.
Dude, I want to gut punch this bitch. I mean, no, I want to throat punch her because the gut would swallow my fist. Kick her over.
Taking a stand, much love and respect, dude. She's in, dude. She's out, dude. I don't need y'all bitches. I'm out.
Yeah, just keep on rolling the fuck on out of here, lady.
You know what? I don't like her now. She's not rolling anymore.
Oh, did he
I
just
thought
raise a
that was
fist?
Mike Pence for a second. I was like, what's Mike Pence doing there?
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Beautiful.
Oh, TikTok.
Reminds me of Cartman in that episode where he gets the fat scooter and fucking riding around.
Hi. Respect my thoughts.
Let's see what else we got. We got time for one more. We could do one more.
What, like a like a topic thing or a video thing?
No, yeah, one more video. We got one more video.
What about that that mixed martial arts thing?
Keep going.
Huh?
What, the lady?
Yeah, the lady that.
But you wanna-
dude looks like a lady.
Save it for tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll talk about it tomorrow because we don't want to.
Tomorrow, yes.
We don't want to go back to the
Tomorrow,
topics.
Tomorrow.
You know what I mean? I mean, I guess we can.
No, just yeah, do the video thing.
Let's
the
see
fuck
what
on
else
outta
we
here.
got. Let's see what else we got. We played the Kim Jong-un haircut, right?
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Yep.
Did we play the Taliban guy shoot himself in the hand with a gun?
No, I don't know if we did here on the show.
Have you seen it?
I saw an amazing thing today that I should have shared. By God, shame on me.
I mean, this is
What
funny.
was her name?
Damn it, man. I don't.
Heyo.
I'm not talking about what I want to talk
What?
about.
What do you wanna
No,
talk
the
about?
thing that I missed out. Well, never mind. Go on.
Okay, let's. This is fun, and then we'll get the fuck out of here.
White rage is real, brother.
Eli's
sounds like-
about to get on a scooter and roll up on some people.
So this fucking idiot of the fucking century. I don't know. He's Jeff. Yeah, he's Jeff.
No, he's Jeff. he's
Jeff
a
is
Jeff.
like the white version of Karen, like the male version of Karen, right? It's like,
This one, no. This
To me,
is-
this is like the Arabic version of Eli.
fuck off. No,
No, I mean,
when I was
close.
When I was the new gun owner, yes, this was me.
You have some car stories, do you not?
Something with a key.
Maybe.
hey, that car stereo was coming right at him, man.
Yeah, dude, you got to defend yourself when car stereos come on.
And this is an embellishment Josh just made. Okay, this was not me, but
course.
it's kind of like
Don't
me.
feel bad. When I was in the military, we had some FBI guys on a plane shoot himself in the fucking foot, and we were just kind of like laughing, like y'all don't know fucking firearm safety at all, you know?
That's sad and pathetic that it happened.
This is probably as bad as that, if not worse, because
And-
this guy is sitting next to a child.
yes, definitely. NSFW. There's a little bit of red.
A little bit of red.
Little bit.
A little bit of red. He's kind of like Chevelle. He's
Nobody
seeing red again.
dies.
Is there?
I don't know if there's. Oh my God!
So he thinks he's a badass at first.
It is acceptable to do this in
Jesus Christ.
in the Middle East, in this specific country.
You know what that reminds me of is like you seen that movie The Other Guys when they're telling Will Ferrell to do a desk pop.
Oh yeah, dude,
That's-
desk pop.
He's like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what it reminds
that's
me.
one of the best fucking. I love that movie.
The other guys.
It's called a desk pop. It's a real
I
thing,
loved
right?
his wife. All right, so
So yeah, so cool Arabic guy does a desk pop because he thinks he's badass. And now What is this move?
This fucking child right there, man. You fucking idiot.
What is this move?
Did he do that on purpose?
Look at his fingers died. His fingers died. Did you see them die?
Yeah.
Watch his fingers go full retard.
Charlie tries to play it off as soon as
dude, like
that's the.
He did it on purpose.
Look, the fingers went full retard.
Yeah, that's I don't like that at all.
And dude, his
Sorry, audience.
You can see the bone, man.
Yeah,
his children's foot. Look where his kid's foot is, dude. Look where his kid's fucking foot is.
Jesus
Bro.
H Christ, man. Somebody should have killed that guy.
He's like, yep, this gun works good, man.
Oh my god, that kid felt some of that, man.
And they have $85 million worth of weapons. So that's just fantastic.
Fucking.
Hey, maybe they'll take themselves out.
One could hope.
This is how you shoot yourself in the foot, bro. It kind of feels bad, dude. My bad.
He's like, I have a headache. He's like, oh wait, I got something that'll take your mind right off of that headache.
Here is the cure, bro.
All right.
Put this to your head.
It's another one of the books, boys. I gotta say, this worked out in all of our favors. By the way, I love that today felt more like a conversation. Yesterday, me not being able to hear myself played a little part, but I don't know. I don't know.
I know you love hearing yourself.
I was a zombie.
Yeah, I needed to hear myself because I just couldn't. I didn't know when I was talking over you. It took me out of the conversation. But anyway, when I started, I didn't want to be here, and I was in a bad mood. Josh could tell. I had that, you know what, fuck you, because I'm here.
Yep.
When it has nothing to do with him.
Felt it.
But
felt it.
Because you guys continue to support us, and we do our thing, I feel so much better that I got to just talk about everything and anything. YouTube.com/stuck in the middle. Smash the like button, and I do very much look forward to seeing any comment that is left behind once the stream is down to help the algorithm, guys.
And be sure to give your mom a little chance. Talk to her. Don't just try to talk at her. Talk with her, listen.
I'll have a full update. I'm going to watch this entire video that allegedly has Bill Gates in it and this vial full of...
Check it out.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out. Maybe even share it on here. And then...
Eli comes tomorrow. He's like, bro, this shit's fucking real, man.
You know, he's going to walk in. He's going to walk in and be like, Josh, turn the music up really loud. And he's going to be like, there, listen.
Yeah.
and I do want to share something that's been circulating and somebody showed me the heart attack gun. That'll be for tomorrow. It's a real thing.
The heart attack gun.
And there's also the heart attack grill, too.
Very good.
I want to eat crap.
All right, so...
hopefully this episode wasn't heart attack inducing for all of you out there. And join us in our fight for the late night as we are on 10 p.m. every weeknight, Monday through Thursday. Join us. There is a YouTube schedule out there. Some shows have the morning, some shows have the afternoon, some shows even have the evening. The late night spot is not locked down, and we are trying to lock that down. So please help us in that fight. # fight for late night. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Subscribe. Tell your friends. Wear outrageous stuck in the middle on your dress at the awards.
Fuck yeah.